The Magic City Classic is right around the corner, and for the Alabama A&M Bulldogs, it's just been straight heartbreak after heartbreak. Let's take a trip down memory lane and see what's been happening in this rivalry throughout the Joseph Cooley era. We go to season 1, a game simply known as the Keldrick Williams game. Keldrick Williams played the greatest single game by a running back in the history of college football. The Deuce had a field day, the greatest game of his collegiate career, versus the Alabama A&M Bulldogs, in a game in which he scored not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, but 8 rushing touchdowns. And as you see here, he rushed for 454 on the ground. An amazing game for Keldrick Williams. Season 2, we went up I-65 in Huntsville, and this was one of the best games of this series in my opinion. Neither defense could stop either offense. And on this last drive, Bobby Newton threw this perfect pass to Andrew Williams. He made the catch and got tackled inside the 10-yard line. We drew the clock down to 3 seconds left. We kicked the game-winning field goal with 1 second left. And that was just enough to get past the Alabama A&M Bulldogs and keeping our SWAT championship hopes alive. And of course, you know, this was the season where we won the SWAT championship for the first time in the history of this dynasty and in the Joseph Cooley era. We go 3 years later to season 5, another one. And this game, by many Alabama State Hornet fans and Alabama A&M Bulldog fans, is known as the greatest Magic City Classic ever played. Last drive, we had Gene Speedy Singleton, the man that will eventually be the Heisman Trophy winner and the Doak Walker Award winner, get that 4th and 4, and then Bobby Newton working his late magic once again, throwing this perfect pass. The big play swag, Tim Brown, he made the catch. We won the game, and of course, as you remember, Tim Big Plate Swag Brown was our first ever Ncaa Award winner. And of course, yes, he did drop a lot of passes. We went back to Huntsville for season 6, and it was a game to remember for Alabama State Hornet fans. This game will forever be known as the third quarter explosion. A quarter in which we exploded for 38 points, 38 unanswered points, and we put the game to bed after a tight first half in which Alabama A&M played some competitive football in the first half. But third quarter came and we were just too much for him. Scott Jordan had a great game. Big L Leon Henderson rushed for 3 touchdowns in this game. And of course, we had 3 wide receivers that had over 100 yards receiving. And then of course, season 9, which was last season, the Hush Puppy game, where we straight dominated the Alabama A&M Bulldogs. We were dominating on defense. We even got a score by Joe McCone, who's now in the NFL. And then, of course, you know, Justin, Frankie, Beverly, and Mays rushed for 3 touchdowns in this game. No matter how you break it down, whether it's a blowout or a close game, we have broken the heart of many Alabama A&M fans. And how can we forget Chad Hamilton? Man, in my opinion, who got some bad advice, should have came back for his senior season, well, his redshirt junior year. But nevertheless, he was no doubt breaking hearts of the Alabama A&M Hornet fans. So as we get set for this game, I am sad to announce that we have 2 players that just don't want to be great. So we got some breaking, shocking news out of the Alabama State football program, and it involves 2 of our starting defensive backs. The first one is safety Nate Reed. You see him here returning his pick 6 versus Florida A&M early on in the season. He will be suspended for this game. We will go in detail about it later. The other cat that's being suspended for this game is our starting cornerback on the outside, Aaron Landrum, the junior out of Arkansas. Aaron Landrum, no doubt one of the best cornerbacks in the country. We could really use them because this Alabama A&M team has some nice wide receivers. They got a nasty passing game, and Montrell Reed has an arm. He has a great cannon. Pause. So we're going to this game without 2 starting defensive backs, and it is absolutely insane. Let's look and see what Aaron Landry did. He team rule 1. What is this about? I have no idea. I was not expecting this, but you never know what to expect. and NCAA 06. Now it says here that Aaron Landry and some friends were having too much fun and a lot on the Alabama State campus last week. This is bad publicity for the football program. I mean, that could be anything. They could just be out kicking it, or they could be out I have no idea. But Nate Reed did something that was much worse in my opinion. So Nate Reed failed to get a progress report signed by a professor, and he kept making excuses for it, I guess. It's not a good look for our football program. Now, we thought about doing 2 games with Nate Reed, but we decided to decrease it back to 1 game. We are doing a good job as far as the NCAA team interest meter, but unfortunately, we have to go into this game without 2 of our starting defensive backs. Join us next time for the Magic City Classic up in the 256. Peace.